Ladies and gentlemen, meet my mother. Unlike most parents who reserve full name hollers for when a kid's in trouble, my mother insists on calling me by my full name at all times. It's like all these years later, she's still proud of its adorable alliterativeness, aka the back-to-back L's. I mean, I'm not a baby anymore. Get over it, lady. You know what else is adorable and alliterative? Lulu, my nickname and stage name. Try it sometime. P.S. I love my mom more than I love cookies, tap shoes, and Stephen Sondheim. P.P.S. Don't tell Stephen Sondheim. Kinda busy, Mom, I yell back. I'm in my nest, stretching, legs in a wide V, arms out in front of me so my stomach is almost flat on the ground. So help me, I will be able to do a center split by spring. I gave birth to you, young lady, Mom shouts. See? She's obsessed. You have 20 seconds to sit down for dinner. Coming, I practically sing as I dramatically whip around my neck like a scarf the piece of chartreuse ribbon our costumer Bet gave me. Careful not to get it caught in my whiskers. I learned this signature move from Heather Huffman, one of our most glamorous cast members. She's famous for her entrances, exits, and impossibly high heels. When we first met, I looked up at her and said, "Wow, you're tall." And she replied, "Honey, it's the shoes." Since then, we've been as close to best friends as a human grown-up and mouse kid can be. I emerge from my nest to find my dad setting our dining room table, which just happens to be a vintage dictionary, circa 1925. Scurrying around the layers of rusty pipes and old wires that line the ceiling above our dining room table are my 4 brothers. Yes, you heard that correctly. 4 brothers. Shout out to any youngest siblings with a big family of mostly boys. We'll get through this together. If in the future I mention the hooligans, please know I'm referring to my big brothers, whose actual names are Walter Brooks, Matthew, Timothy, and Benjamin. Walt, Maddie, Timmy, and Benji for short. Walt is my parents' firstborn, so they named him after the Walter Kerr and Brooks Atkinson theaters, aka my parents' childhood homes. Don't ask why they didn't give Matthew the name Brooks unless you want to listen to a very long story about tradition and ancestors and yada yada blah blah, don't ask. Boys, my mother snaps. I sewed on so many beads today I can barely see straight. Your father went to work at 5 a.m. and has been cooking for the last hour. Sit down now. The hooligans dismount their jungle gym of pipes and wires and proceed to fight over seats, even though we've been sitting on the same matchboxes since the beginning of time, and then finally settle in. Nice scarf, Lulu. This is Benji. He's only a tiny bit older than I am and had trouble saying Lucy Louise when he was little, so I've got him to thank for my très chic, that's French for very fancy, marquee ready nickname. I've got Walt and Maddie to thank for the little hook at the end of my tail. One of them, we're still not sure which, as they're identical twins, stepped on me when I was 3 weeks old, and the end of my tail has looked like a witch's finger ever since. Thanks. It's silk. Don't touch it. They're forever touching things with their, frankly, filthy feet. My dad barely has time to get his signature Tuesday night corn souffle on the table before my brothers are devouring it like the little beasts they are. It's a good thing I'm small and don't need much food, honestly. Chew, please, Mom says. My mother may sound like she's scolding, but in truth, she's just a loud New Yorker who enjoys nothing more than watching her loves eat. Per usual, my dad made himself a separate souffle, sans salt. He's got an issue with salt. The issue being, he can't have any or his ears will explode. No, not literally. Long story short, he's got this inner ear disease, and salt makes him dizzy and pukey, and he'd far rather eat bland food than be sick all the time, so no salt for him. Thank you for this beautiful meal, dear, my mother says. You're very welcome, my dad says. Married forever, and my parents still look at each other like they're teenagers in love. Heather Huffman says this kind of love is more rare than the Hope Diamond. She knows everything. How was work? My mother asks. Oh, fine. Nothing to report. Cold out today, Dad says. I have zero idea what my dad does for work, nor do I really care, because I'm positive it has nothing to do with the theater. My mom, on the other hand, works in the wardrobe department with Bet.